Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. How you doing, True Royal? We're going to talk about this crazy trend that's going on over on TikTok that cropped up, and people are absolutely losing their minds for real, y'all. And and it's not just these redheads, it's also our people that are putting videos out backing them up. Now, it is the craziest thing ever. But nevertheless, it's one of these things that are happening. I know how we always say these folks want to be us so bad, and they do. They do. I know there are cases where these folks treat these redheads like oddballs, but at the end of the day, that still don't make them black people. But this is the thing they are doing over there. So I have a bunch of videos that I'm going to show you in addition to talking about this trend that got started a few days ago. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. Just give me 1 second. Is this the one? Hold on 1 second. I may have to download this thing again. All right. So as this is downloading so that we can get started, I am also, let's see here, going to send you a reminder this week, all the way up until the 17th, the pomade is marked down by 20%. And I have, well, less than 70 now because quite a few of you have taken advantage. So there's still plenty left. So if you are interested in purchasing the pomade, the promo code is pomade20 at checkout, and it will ship the next day like everything else will. All right. So I wanted to send that reminder, and this is still downloading. Let's see here. Let me see where it is. It's almost there. So anyway, y'all, I think what people are doing is a bit ridiculous. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at redheads and tell they are not our people. Um, but it seems like this is the new thing. The Pope is a black man. Now everybody is becoming black people. I know we heard of $5 Indians. Now we got $5 black people now, I guess. And another thing that they're posting over there is the story of Jacob and Esau from the book of Genesis, and we know that is not proof. When you look at the story of Jacob and Esau, it tells you that Esau's seed was spoiled, all right? And Jacob's was not. And the reason why they describe Esau in more detail than Jacob is because Esau didn't look like anybody in the family. He didn't look like the parents. He didn't look like Jacob. He looked completely different. That's why there's a full description of him, but not Jacob. So you can tell right there. And plus, Rebecca was told you got two nations in your womb. So if there's two nations, then these people are totally separate from each other. Yeah, they were born like brothers, but being that they're separate nations, they would not be the same. All right. And many of us know, especially when you came into this walk in the beginning, this is probably one of the first stories we hear out of the Bible. If you've been in this walk for a long time, you would have definitely heard this story early on. Most of us did. So, yeah, do they more than likely probably did resemble? Yeah, I think in a sense they would have, but that doesn't mean they are Black people like they're trying to say over there on TikTok. And I don't know how this trend got started. I believe a redheaded white woman is the one that started it. Not only are they incorporating Jacob and Esau, they are also putting up, and I notice a lot of memes where you see a melanated man and a white man with red hair as Jacob and Esau. So, all right. So it did download. Let me get this. Let me grab it. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started. And I just want you, I know it's going to hurt you to hear our people joining in, but they actually do, y'all. It is a trip. It is a trip how our people will buy into anything. All right. So let me share this. Okay, y'all, please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started, y'all.
Okay, so we're going to talk about how the redhead people are Black, right? Yep. Do your research. I looked it up too. I was so excited about this. Basically, what happens when white skin and black skin come together, it like creates this redness. Like if you've seen mixed kids, like a white and black, parent, you'll see a lot of times they come out with like red hair or redness. That's what happens when that mix comes together. And the best part is Black people are sitting here like shocked that we're like so excited about it. They're like, wait, you guys are all happy about this? Yes, we are thrilled. What you don't realize, my melanin cousins, is that most white people want to be Black so badly. We see it, nobody says it, but we see it. You got all the gifts. You got the rhythm, you got the culture, you got everything. We follow your fashion trends, your slang, all of it. We're out here tanning, getting box braids, listening to all your music. So when we find out we got a little Black royalty running through these freckled ginger veins, you better believe we want to throw a family reunion and be invited to the cookout. You guys got all the gifts. And we're just hoping to be invited to the family barbecue. I'm so excited about this.
So I woke up, found out I'm Black apparently. It is frustrating that most of my life has been a lie, but I do want to say thank you. I'm very happy. I'm glad finally everyone's recognizing that gingers have been Black this entire time. I do identify myself as a Black woman, and I'm super excited to carry on the work of the Black community. And I do want to say, gingers, like, y'all know, do not say that unless you're one of us. I love y'all.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are Black people. All gingers are Black people. If they have red hair, they are Black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a Black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a Black woman. Gingers are Black. All gingers.
So I'm sure people have seen the videos now circulating around TikTok that gingers are Black. Or like gingers are like the Black people of the white community. I don't want to say start off. Thank you. Thank you for accepting us and appreciating us and loving us, because I never thought I would see the day where redheads and gingers would genuinely be accepted and loved. Like, I didn't think that would ever come to that point or even be a topic that people actually want to talk about. Like, that was just a shock to me seeing that on TikTok. And I'm like, people are actually talking about gingers? interest in us? What? Like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But I do want to point out and say that as a redhead myself, I'm not black. I do want to say that I'm not black, but I do appreciate the black community accepting us, because honestly, I didn't think this day would come. I didn't think it would come. Like, it's insane. And just seeing how many redheads are coming onto TikTok, sharing their experiences, and are actually coming together. Like, this is what we want to see. This is what we see 2025. We want to see people come together. It's finally happening. So thank you for the black women who came on TikTok and went viral for this, because if it wasn't for you, I don't even think this conversation would have even came up. So thank you for that. And honestly, just hearing so many other gingers and redheads experiences growing up, it makes me feel relieved and more confident, like, to speak out about mine, because I obviously went through the same thing growing up, going to school and constantly being called character, gingers have no souls, and every freckle you have is because the soul you've taken. And you wouldn't even need to throw out like a bad insult. You literally, well, people will literally just throw ginger in front of a word and it just became an insult. It was just ginger this, ginger that. And honestly, it got exhausted, really, really, really exhausted. And I hate it. I was so insecure about my hair that I would even dye my hair constantly, because I just didn't want to be ginger anymore. I was just sick of the comments everywhere I went. I even had things chucked at me in the street, or people shouting down from 2 blocks away, like, gingers have no souls, ginger this, ah. Like, the worst comment I got was, I'm going to hell because I'm Satan's child. I didn't know, but, you know, guess that's another one added to the list. Another one added to the list. So it's just nice to see that we're finally being accepted and appreciated. And I think the one that really shocked me was when I heard a lot of black people on TikTok coming out explaining that our pale skin is beautiful. And I'm like, huh? I didn't think pale skin was beautiful. Like, what? Like, constantly hearing growing up from so many people that they were so insecure about the pale skin and they needed to fake tan, they needed to look darker, because it was just like, oh, I look ill, I look dead. And I'm like, what about me? What about me? I'm born with this. I'm really, 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 really pale. So I was insecure about that. So I tried to fake tan. But being a ginger and a redhead, like, faking tan doesn't look right. It clashes. Do you know what I mean? So I can't fake tan. Like, I've tried it, didn't like it, so I don't do it. And yeah, it's just, I'm just overwhelmed by the appreciation that we get, because I just didn't think this day would come. I didn't even think we would even be a topic of a conversation on TikTok. I didn't think people cared about redheads and gingers. I just thought we were thrown to the side and that was that. So it's honestly just really, how can I put it? It's really loving, and I just feel relieved that we're actually finally being loved and accepted, for sure. Because I even remember one point I was going into school without makeup on for the first time, by the way, because I did always wear makeup, and people thought I was so ill. Like, they were generally concerned that I was sick, and a teacher even sent me home from school because he thought I looked ill, and I was fine. I just didn't wear makeup the next day. So then I just started wearing makeup that were like twice as dark as my skin tone, so I looked alive, pretty much. So to avoid the questions and avoid all the comments, because it's just unnecessary for people to point out, and to say that I looked ill when this was my natural skin tone, it was like, yeah, I didn't like that. Didn't like that. I'm like, we even have a national Kick a Ginger Day. Like, how that even came around, I don't know. But the fact that there's even a national day where people can go around assaulting gingers for the fun of it is just insane. So you can see how hard it was for us to be able to accept the hair color that we have, because you're just thinking, just a hair color, right? It's just a hair color. But for some reason, it just vexes people so much. So I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. But, you know, I've grew up now loving my hair color, loving the way I am. Like, it's hard. It was a hard road, but I finally appreciate the color that I have. And then seeing this blow up on TikTok for the past few days, it's just made me love it even more that people generally do love gingers or love redheads, and being accepted into a community that does appreciate us. Because kind of off topic, but I've always been comfortable around Black people more than I have with white people. And come to think of it, growing up, all the people that bullied me for my hair color were white. I never had a Black person take the piss out of me because of my hair color. So in a way, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense when you deep it a bit. Do you know what I mean? Because like, even think of it now, like I had a lot of blonde friends, and they would get so paranoid when dyeing their hair more blonde that they would go ginger. Like they would literally make comments like, "Oh no, I'm going a bit ginger. Oh no," and I'm stood there like, "What about me then? I'm like a full-blown redhead. What about me?" Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But I just want to say on a serious note, like overall, I'm just so relieved and happy that we're finally getting appreciated for our color and people are finally loving us. I should say the Black community. So thank you to you. Thank you for appreciating and loving us. I just love it, and I just hope we can keep like that. Do you know what I mean? I hope we can keep that. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I made a video the other day that kind of blew up about gingers being Black, and the outpour of love from Black people is amazing. I made a video the other day about some politic thing, just a little light work, and I got so much hate from white people. Like, it is absurd. It's completely opposite, and everyone tries to act like Black people are so mean. They're the nicest people. It's literally the white people. So we hope you really do mess with gingers, because we are here to stay and we love it. Also, on a side note, I just dropped my daughter off at school. So if you can't love me at drop off, you don't deserve me at pickup. And if you're a mom, you get that for sure.
Cousins. Hey, to all the gingers out there, welcome in. You know, we accept y'all wholeheartedly, but don't ruin it, and damn sure don't force it. Just let it happen.
Okay, gingers, I know we got some exciting news this week. And I just want to remind you that we all need to be on our best behavior, because if anybody screws this up for us, the hell that will be unleashed upon you. This is the first thing that has made sense in the year of our Lord 2025. Do not fuck it up.
All right, listen up, white folk. Now that gingers have finally been claimed and are able to take their rightful place with our Black brothers and sisters, we gotta set some ground rules for the rest of you male-looking ass people. First up, you cannot use the G word anymore, okay? That term is reserved for us, and also all Black people now have the G word pass. We are part of the BIPOC community, okay? We are POHC, people of hair color. Number 2, if you use SPF 50 or higher, that is cultural appropriation. And no, we are not all Irish, okay? That is a stereotype. And to tack on to that, leprechaun is also a slur too. Number 3, no, you cannot ask us if the curtain matches the drapes, okay? We are not here to be fetishized. We are not here for your amusement. We will also no longer be standing for the media portrayals of gingers, particularly ginger women, as being hypersexual vixen temptresses. Dolly Parton, you get a pass for Jolene. Everyone else, no. Now, Redhead Appreciation Day is on September 23rd annually, and we extend this to also be celebrating our Black brothers and sisters as well. And Kiss a Ginger Day on January 12th is out. And all of these regulations and protections extend to the rest of the Black community as well, not just the ginger port. And to respect the invitation into the community, we also have no requests with regards to partaking in Juneteenth with you. That is all for you guys. As for Black History Month, we only request that now we be allowed to claim 50% share of Malcolm X. BLM.
I genuinely cannot even tell you all how happy I am that gingers are Black now. I don't know how I didn't think of it before, because it makes so much sense and it makes me so, so happy. Like, I've been seeing people defending us online. I'm like, I never realized, I don't think I ever consciously realized how mean people had been in the past, because it was just, that's just how it was. And like, now that I see other creators saying what people have said to them, I was like, oh wait, people have said those things to me too, and I just like didn't even clock it. But it feels so good. But so my question is there like a code word or something? Like, if I'm out and about and somebody is not as chronically online as me and hasn't necessarily seen all the like Gingers Are Black now videos, is there like a code word or something, or a phrase, so I can like let them know that I'm part of the fam now? That's what I want to know.
Y'all know you're not seeing things in True Royal. I sent you the link. No, you're not seeing things. This is literally trending on TikTok. It is literally trending. And the story of Jacob and Esau is trending, as proof that these redheads, because Esau was described as having red hair, are actually our people. Okay. And what I can't get is I just added 2 melanated people in here that was fine with this. There are way more, y'all. And it's sick. It's way more of our people embracing this stuff over on TikTok. I am not kidding. So, oh yeah, they're in their glory. These redheads, oh, they're in their, oh, I'm really a black person. Oh, they are just soaking it up over there, big time. How you doing, True Royal?
I'm doing fine. Lord have mercy, Lisa. So now they happy they black.
Yes.
They think they black.
Yes.
Well, they disingenuous because they gotta have no. They gotta have the black experience.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And they know they haven't, even with their red hair. Yeah, they do get kicked around a bit because of their red hair, but nobody with red hair got lynched because they got red hair. They didn't write laws against them because they had red hair. Now, one point they did make that was true: when they first came to this country and they were from Ireland, they were considered the N-word of their people, but they still did not get treated the way we did. And eventually they fully embraced them as white people. So their experience is nothing like ours. Nothing, not even close.
So since they want to be so elated now that they think they black, well, they got to go through the initiation process. We might as well just use them to our advantage. Now, what they not going to know is the initiation process going to last as long as we feel like we want it to last, which that would be an eternity for me.
Yeah, well, good. Now, since y'all black, why don't you spill the beans on how white people behind the scenes be talking about us? I notice none of y'all are divulging that. But you want to come and it's almost like for them, it's coming to a playground and having a good time. That is not what being black is.
Yeah, or like it's a fashion trend, or they can use it at their convenience and switch up. We can't switch up like that. We can't switch up 1 minute. Oh, I'm this and that. You know how
they all do that. They all do that, True Royal. Even the Latinos, when our people would tell them, y'all got melanated folks in your family, y'all look that way for a reason. They rejected it wholeheartedly. But of course, now that they're getting deported, oh, well, black people, we're all the same. That's not what you were saying before. That's not what you were saying before.
No. And you know what they make me think of? They did it heavily down south. They would go to the honky tonks in the backwoods and want to party with us, and then Monday through Friday they would act like they didn't even They didn't even know us. So they do
My
things that
grandmother said they had a saying down there in the South, and I know many of you heard it. It was called segregated by day, integrated by night. As soon as the moon came up, they didn't mind coming around black folks. But when the sun was shining, they didn't want nothing to do with us.
Yeah, they act real, real brand new, and all, because what do they think? See, it shows you their nature. Now they come and say some shit like that, and they're very disrespectful, very insulting, and again, they feel entitled. Same nature at the end of the day. It's all about their nature and stuff. That's why I was saying, let's initiate their ass. And we hold.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of them, if you go on TikTok and just pull up Redheads Are Black, that's what you got to type in. You'll see, oh man, y'all, the videos are endless over there. Redhead men and women are all posting how elated they are to find out they are black people. And they talk about their experience. Oh, I was teased. Oh, I got treated differently, and people did this to me and that to me. It still don't match all of the hell we've been through. I listened to it. It still don't match all of the hell we went through.
Yeah, and continue to go through. They disingenuous. They can go die that shit, you know. But it's still.
Yeah, they don't even have to die at True Royal. They still got white privilege. Even with all that red hair, they still got white privilege.
Yeah. So this is like I said, is it a fashion trend?
No. Like I said, they trying to crop up with the story of Jacob and Esau, and we know Jacob and Esau. It told you as plain as day in Genesis they were of two different nations. So that means when they came out the womb, those two were completely different from each other. Okay. Yeah. And we are, just look at them and look at us. We're still completely different from each other, even to this very day.
Yeah. Like Chris G say, the hair is not Woodley red hair. Yeah. I took offense to that because I'm a redhead.
Well, no. Malcolm X was a redhead. We know we got people in our community with red hair. Come on. I've even seen our people, and you've seen it too, that are blonde. I've seen that too. I went to school with a boy. He was melanated and he had natural blonde hair.
Yeah.
So we've seen these things throughout our lives.
Yeah, we see it in our families. I have often had people, and I know some of y'all probably have had the same experience. I've often had people ask me, what dye do you use in your hair? Because I mean, my hair, it ain't just absolutely red. There's some other colors there too. And they'd be like, oh yeah, what dye you use in your hair? You know, I ain't never had to dye my hair.
Right, y'all know the deal. Red Fox, that's right. Even when you go back and look at Sanford and Son, they spray his hair. That spray dye, all that gray, and Grady. If you go back and look at Grady, was a natural red hair.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You look at Grady, go look at Grady's beard and look at his hair. Now they try to spray the gray in there, but you can still see that red hair that he had. So Red Fox and Grady, they were natural redheads. If you go back and look at those old episodes of Sanford and Son. So we know redheads exist in our, in our gene pool. It's there.
Yeah, in our gene pool, and you don't know what you're gonna get.
And all redheads are not light-skinned either. Some of them are. I've seen some that are darker and they got natural red hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, these people are, they want to be black folk, y'all. They want to.
They don't really want to be black folks, because you got to have the full experience.
Yes, our people got freckles too. That's very true. Yep. Red hair and freckles.
I tell you who got a lot of freckles. What's his name? He used to perform with what's that group called? Oh, The Time. I can't think of the lead guy on that group.
Morris Day?
Yeah, Morris Day. He got full of freckles on his face.
Yeah, and you don't have to have red hair to have freckles. You can have black hair and still got freckles.
Yeah, that's true.
Community,
yeah,
you
I don't
know?
have no freckles.
But yeah, this
Mhm.
started exploding about maybe about a week ago over there. And actually, over the past few days, when I go over there, I wasn't even looking for this, but it kept popping up.
TikTok, you be
Redheads
finding some crazy
are-
shit.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, how the hell did this crop up?
Well, you know what? In the last we in these last days, and they, you know, they getting desperate because they are at their desperation point. So we're gonna see all kind of outlandish shit. Don't be surprised what you see walking down the street, you know, them trying to act like us, be like us, and all these different things. I wouldn't even be surprised. But at the end of the day, like I said, the first thing that popped up in my mind was that is not gonna get your ass to the kingdom. So,
but you know what? But you know what I think is more frustrating? How our people over there on TikTok are jumping on it. Oh yeah, welcome to the family. What? What? Yeah, they're over there. It's not just the women; it's the men. And I'm like, are you welcoming them in because you want to be with them? You know what I mean? Because you got some of our people that are used at it as an excuse to date them.
But see, when our folks, yeah, you're right. But when our folks show their hand, I'm glad because I take note of that stuff. Who embrace that, and it's good that even though we may not like it, Lisa, it's good that we have our so-called folks out there embracing that stuff that keep us on our toes. That let us know not all of our folks ain't fully got it yet. You know,
right? But it's also dangerous, True Royal.
I know it is.
Because you don't know. Don't think that white supremacists don't have red hair. Some of them do, you know, and this is how we got overtaken in the first place. We are way too trusting of people that are complete strangers, and they have not even proven to you that they're trustworthy. And we're already embracing them. That's why we're in the situation we're in now.
We got my attitude is zero tolerance. No, I don't care what you offering, what you saying, what you doing, or what you think you got going, or any of that. No, get your ass on. You know, I want that Jim Crow shit back. Let's separate everything around here. Keep your ass away from us.
Talking. You hear how these redheads are talking. Oh, I love being invited to the cookout. What?
Yeah, you just take your little mayonnaise ass on. It's just so insulting because the one white girl that just kept going on and on and on and on, she was really getting on my nerves because they're not. It's not genuine. It ain't genuine at all. It's at your convenience, or like I said, it's some type of fashion trend.
Yeah,
and we ain't no
and
damn.
then I saw, True Royal. Then I saw another video, and somebody said, "I should have known. The N word in ginger got the same exact letters."
Oh Lord.
I said, "Boy, these people are just pulling everything out their behinds."
Lord have mercy.
Yes, I saw that too. Yeah, these folks are a trip. You know, they don't want to be us, but they want to be us. See, they don't want the burden and the blues of being us, but they just want the fun part. You know, the partying, the singing, the cookout, just the fun stuff. But anything outside of that, they don't want no part of it. Don't want our struggle though, right?
Oh no. No way.
Yeah, this bullshit is diabolical. Yes, it is.
They'll turn white so quick. Like I said, this ain't no plaything.
You get arrested on the street and tell the cop you're black. I bet you won't do it.
Nope.
I bet you none of y'all will tell a cop you are black. You won't tell not one. These folks ain't with us, y'all. They're not with us.
No, they so full of it.
Don't believe the hype. Yeah, yeah. And and we don't burn in the sun. These folks do. Remember that these
Mhm.
folks burn in the sun.
They sure do. You
The
didn't
Most
prove
High
that.
did not make our skin like that.
Mm-hmm. You have proved that more
Redhead.
than once.
Yeah, if anything, they are probably, in my opinion, the closest to Neanderthal.
Mm-hmm.
The redhead.
I keep tripping off of that picture that you showed of Trump's daughter with that long ass neck. That messed me up.
Yeah, that's Nephilim. You can still see it in people even today. You can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They said, "Oh, that's their trait." No, that's Nephilim. That's that's described as Nephilim in the Bible. You see it on a lot of people, actually, if you really pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You really see it on a lot of people out here. It's almost like we are surrounded by adversaries all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
We are surrounded by them for real.
Isn't that something?
hmm Yeah, y'all. So I just wanted to show you this latest trend. If
Lisa,
you go over there on TikTok, you'll see even more videos than what I just showed you.
Lisa, I don't know. You messed me up with that little nasty woman, with her little nasty family over there taking them community baths.
Oh,
I'm still messed up over that. Lord.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. TikTok got it going on. That's all I can say.
You never know what's going to trend over there. But
Yes.
y'all, because they're trying to make the Pope black.
Yeah.
Because he has a few Haitians in his family, so they're trying to make him black. It seems like nowadays, now that we're getting towards the end, everybody trying to be black. Everybody trying to be black.
Yeah, but when you really question them, you got to really corner them and stuff. That just, it's just all in fun. But then if you got to live this thing day in and day out, they just playing. Don't play with us. You'll never be us. You'll never be able to endure what we endure. And I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. The sun tells a lot about what don't belong here. So the sun been telling us for the longest they don't belong here, because when they step outside and the sun spots it, the sun is working overtime to eliminate what don't belong here. Because if they stay out there long enough, I done seen enough pictures. I mean, even through their clothes, damn, the stuff you didn't show, Lisa, the sun is trying to eliminate it. It don't belong here. It's not natural.
It's not just them. They're natural redheads, but it's the same way for those natural blondes. Many of them are so pale, they almost match their hair color. It's so pale. But yeah, no, y'all. This is definitely a trend they need to get rid of, for real.
Yeah, and then on top of that, let's not forget, even them Asians thinking they gonna block the sun. See, another one with problems.
Oh yeah, you see it all. Actually, you see that all over the world. And those Arabs, they ain't fooling no damn body. They dress like that in that baking hot sun because if they don't have all the burqas and all them man dresses and all that stuff on, because they know they'll burn up too. Them Arabs, they sunburn too.
Yeah, they gotta cover up head to toe.
That's why they covered all up, because they burn out in the sun too.
You don't even see their damn eyeballs, Lisa. They be covered up because that sun will tear their ass.
And you see how it gets in triple digits like nobody's business over there. And they still walk around like that when it's triple digits, because their asses will literally burn up. For real.
So just talking about this, I really do miss your sunburn videos.
I haven't done that in a while.
It wouldn't hurt to do the greatest hits for Lisa. Or
we'll see what new hogweed videos come out.
Oh yeah, girl, them hogweed videos was classic. Lord, you had YouTube popping. Everybody was on that hogweed Man, that was some of the best stuff in the world. Hogweed.
Mhm. Yeah, not only that, in India too. India get them triple digits. It gets so hot over there, it makes the news. And they go through them heat waves for several weeks. Them suckers don't last. It's not like us where it'll last a few days or maybe a week and then it breaks. That mess be going on for weeks over there.
You know, the worst video you put out, Lisa, some girl went to sleep, I guess, at the beach. And I was confused because I didn't know what, I knew that was sunburn, but I didn't know what was burnt. That stuff, and that was on her back. She ended up in the hospital.
Yeah,
Whoa, that was bad.
They get second and third degree burns from the sun.
Yeah.
You know, just from the sun.
And then that other video where that guy got sunburned through his shirt.
Yeah, he was in Egypt too, right? Remember, they claimed they built the pyramids. He went out there to go look at the pyramids, had a t-shirt on and got burnt through the t-shirt he had on.
That's why.
That son tore his butt up. I was like, that's why we know y'all didn't build the pyramids.
That's why I was saying.
You know.
One day I really meditated about the sun, and I said, "Oh, the sun is trying to tell us something." Okay.
And one of our people went over there to Egypt, and they did a video. I forgot who this was. They did a video of the white people that were out there. All of the black people that you saw in the video around the pyramids were just in shorts and t-shirts and maybe sunglasses, and they were all just walking about looking at everything. All of the white people had on sunglasses. They were covered all the way up and had umbrellas.
That's when my
they couldn't handle the sun in Egypt.
Yeah, when my father went to Egypt, he said that, and you know what was deep when he went to Egypt, Lisa? He said when they went inside the pyramids, they were so cool inside that the air was flowing in, the temperature drops immediately. You cool down immediately.
It's like that if you walk in a granite building. Like if you walk in a building that's made of granite, as soon as you walk in there and hit the doors in the summer, all this cool air comes rushing.
You don't even feel
it. That's why you saw so many of our people, when they built their homes, they did it in granite. You didn't even need AC. It was so cool on the inside. You didn't need no AC.
Yeah. I've personally, I have worked with granite. Granite is so strong, Lisa. It's way stronger than any damn stone you could think of. I have seen granite, because see what they did was in San Francisco, they made all the curb size granite. And then when they had to start making the curb size wheelchair accessible, and they would take a jackhammer and try to break that stuff up, it would be hell. But they have even built Folsom Prison in California. It's up northern, out of granite. Sure did. Yeah. That granite is amazing.
And it is great. It's a great stone. And that's why so many of our forefathers used it back in the day.
Somebody said, I love hogweed shirts. Y'all know the origins of hogweed come from the Caucasoid Mountains.
Yeah, heavy, thick, it's very durable.
Yeah, it is. And I have been in granite buildings that are granite. You're right. It can be blazing outside, and when you go inside and put your hand up against a granite wall, that heat cannot penetrate.
Penetrate it, right? The heat cannot penetrate granite.
It's actually cool. It's actually it's a very cooling effect. That's some amazing stuff.
It sure is. It sure is. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Let me thank the people that made donations. Black Man in the Wilderness. Lisa, I've seen this all over. This is like a CIA operation or just mass trolling. The potato gobblers aren't serious. The only thing that female Frodo said was true is that they want to be us. Yes, they absolutely do. That is the one thing they try to secretly try to withhold from us from knowing, but we know from their actions. We know. And how every time we got a fashion trend or anything that comes out, or we do our hair a certain way, they're always sitting there to copy it. We already know.
Somebody sent you a message, Lisa. Doug Williams. He said,
Okay.
let me some Lisa, send your Zelle account.
Okay. All right. So y'all, this next one, Cassius Chris, study of the Neanderthals, which are hybrid beings of Satan, pray that they were pale with red hair and blue eyes.
Oh, Lord.
This is Sinners, the movie. Yeah. Well, they don't all have blue eyes. Some of these redheads, they got green and brown eyes too.
They sure do.
A lot of them do have blue eyes. You're right about that. So, Kevin Jones, thank you for the super chat. They trying to backdoor our reparations and benefits, and the people who are going along with Tether's Sinners is playing itself out. Okay, and let's see, we got another one here from Cassius Chris. The new Pope is black too. This is getting crazy. That man ain't hardly black. And I bet you he has not lived his entire life identifying with black. Okay, I know he didn't. MC2, the X Project, thank you for the membership, 15 months. Lisa, you need to make some hogweed gel and spray as people repel for us to buy off your side.
Man. Yeah, that would be some great stuff. I get them in one of those what's those little water guns, them big huge water guns them kids use. Yeah, I would put mines in that. Just put some of that on them. Well, they'd be good to go. They can't even go outside after they get that hogweed stuck on them like that.
No, and they say they feel a burning sensation from it for 10 years. They keep feeling that sensation on their skin before it completely dissipates. I said I could not imagine something lasting that long. That is absolutely crazy.
But see, they don't know how to leave well enough alone. They go in areas they have no business going into, messing with stuff. They got hiking trails and they tell you to go along the trail. No, they go off the grid and all of that. They hard-headed and they get themselves in situations.
Yeah, well, now I think the emergency responders and the police now make them pay when they get stuck somewhere and they got to be rescued, because so many of them were, going out here doing crazy mess and getting stuck.
That hogweed, y'all be surprised. It's somebody across the street that got hogweed right across the street from us. That thing blossom every year.
Yeah, I had some in my backyard.
Yeah, when you first showed it, and I was like, oh, I've seen that before. And I was like, oh wow. Isn't that interesting? It's just like we instinctively know to stay away from stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the ridiculous trend going on, y'all. I'm sure if you go over there and look at the videos they posted, you'll get a damn good laugh.
Yeah.
you will get one hell of a laugh. But yeah, these folks are jumping on it like flies on doo-doo.
Yeah.
But what do you expect, y'all?
Yeah.
Ginger ale. Yeah, well, I tell you what, let them keep running around with this trend. Like I said, I want a video of them getting arrested and telling the cop they're black. That's what I want to see. If I don't see that, then y'all full of crap. You know you're going to be playing that white privilege card.
Oh, yeah, they do it all the time. Yeah, they get they behind. They making that video, but when they ask go to work, they ain't running around through the work site talking about, oh, I'm black. Oh, I'm black now. Oh, I'm black. No, they ain't saying none of that shit.
No. Hell no. And I bet you if you pulled their driver's license, ain't nothing on there that says black. Okay. I
Nope.
bet you nothing on that driver's license say black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they come from, and they, the person that said they're not all Irish, he's right, because there are redheads really all over Europe and even all over here.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Africa, you got red hair, Africans with red hair, natural red hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that has never been, it's not an oddity, it may
I've
not.
seen Africans over there with red hair and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a trip. Like I said, with us, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, it sure is. But these folks, y'all need to stop for real.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to stop. Love our rhythm and hate our blues. You right about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Love our rhythm and hate our blues.
All right, y'all. Thank you
All right.
so much for being here. And thank you, True Royal, for being on the panel. We'll
All right.
come back at another time on a different topic. Shalom, family.